I want to let you in on one of the biggest secrets about avoidant attachment that I see leads to so many misunderstandings and misconceptions about avoidant attachment. And I see so many of these misunderstandings occur because so many people fill in the gaps in an attempt to understand it because it's such a mystery to them. And that is, why do so many avoidants disappear, need time for themselves, need some space, but they won't warn you or give you a heads up first? And also, I'm going to talk about, one, how we feel when this happens. Like, do we feel bad? Do we feel guilty? And two, how me and my boyfriend work through this and each compromise. So we're going to get into that. Before we do, if you're brand new here, welcome to Confessions of an Avoidant. My name is Wando, and I just love talking about avoidant attachment and psychology and connecting with people and understanding people's differences. And I just feel like the world is such a nice place when we allow people to explain themselves and understand that everybody is wired differently. People are complex, they're nuanced. Okay, so the biggest reason why avoidant people don't give you a heads up, don't warn you when they need some space, when they need some time to themselves. They don't shoot you a text saying, hey, I'm gonna need some me time for a day or a few days. The biggest reason is because we avoidant people don't know ourselves when that's going to happen. Why? Because like every other human on the planet who's just being a complex, nuanced human being, we have stressors throughout the day, stressors throughout the week, triggers throughout the day, triggers throughout the week. They build up, and then we cope as best as we can when it suddenly hits us. So it's not like we know on Tuesday that Saturday at 11 a.m. we're going to shut down. And we need to let our partner know, I don't know, Wednesday night that's going to happen. Doesn't work like that. And for a lot of avoidant people, we cope through being by ourselves, self-soothing, regulating our own emotions. We feel safe and comforted and stress-free when we are alone. And for those who maybe still find this weird, they're not understanding it, they just don't get it, let's try an example that I think anyone can relate to. So can you think of a time where maybe you had some commitment, or maybe it was just a plan that you intended and you ended up canceling? Maybe it was a friend's birthday party on the weekend. Maybe it was meeting up with your friends for brunch on Saturday. Maybe it was on Saturday, driving a few hours for that thing that your relatives are throwing, your cousins, your aunts, uncles, whatever. It's not like you knew on the Thursday before the Saturday that you'd end up canceling, or maybe even Friday night you didn't think you would cancel, but by the time Saturday came, you're just like, oh my God, I just don't have the energy to drive 2 hours to Uncle Mikey's thingy thing, or I just don't have the bandwidth after the week I had, or the day that I had, or a bunch of stuff happened that I didn't anticipate and it's just hitting me now. I don't have the bandwidth to, go to Sarah's little shindig in 4 hours. I'm sure we can all relate to that. And that is the best way that I can describe what it's like to be an avoidant person who just has a lower threshold for how much they can be emotionally available for others. Oh yeah, before I continue, if you are appreciating this video so far, can you please give it a like? That helps my videos and my channel so much. And do subscribe if you find yourself watching all my videos, but you're still not subscribed. I would really appreciate that. So yeah, when you have a higher threshold because you have a secure attachment or anxious attachment, then I'm sure you're not going to relate to it naturally. We can feel burnt out more easily when it comes to having to show up for others, give time for others, make time for others, sacrifice our own time, compromise our own time, things like that. And a lot of times we don't know in advance when it's going to hit us of like, oh, I know I said that I would hang out with him on Thursday, but I just want to be alone. I don't always know that, and I know that it can suck for somebody who is used to always wanting to spend time with their partner. If they don't want to spend time with you and you're caught off guard by it, it seems to happen abruptly. And there are numerous times where when I suddenly just need time for myself and I don't want to meet up with my partner, I do feel bad. But I also feel like he's very understanding of those times, and we compromise about a lot, and he understands that we're very different people. I understand that we're very different people. I do think we spend a healthy amount of time together, but there's just times where I'm hit by the truck. I need my space truck. And I just can't always say for sure when it's going to happen. So if I can't forewarn myself, I can't forewarn him. And I think every attachment style has a coping mechanism where it's like you can't say in advance when you're going to do that thing that annoys your partner. It's part of just being a human being. So for people who are in a relationship with an avoidant person, I just think while it can be frustrating for you, and I totally get it, I just think, especially if you're not having too much conflict in your relationship, and this is like one of the biggest pain points for you, I just think it will help you if you can remember that it's not like they always know when they're gonna like want to be alone and take space. Just like you as a partner don't always know when you're gonna like feel triggered and start yelling or screaming or I don't know. You don't always know when the parts of you that really frustrate your partner are gonna rear their ugly head. But yeah, I think it will make your life easier if this is something that you can remember. And of course, you're still absolutely justified to ask them like, hey, can we do something about this? Like, I know that you need your space sometimes and you take space sometimes. And I know that you don't always know and, can't tell me a week in advance that at Saturday at 2 p.m., I will shut down and I'll want to be alone. But when it does happen, just let me know and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with having that conversation. There's nothing wrong with letting your partner know that you find it frustrating, that it hurts them. This is something that, my partner and I have discussed numerous times. And I think that's why when it does happen, he is really understanding and doesn't take it personally. But because I feel like he is so understanding, I also try to, in moments where I knew he really wanted to see me, to like fight through that urge to just want to be alone because he's worth it. So yeah, people have differences and all we can do is just try our best to navigate them as best as we can. But I essentially just wanted to make this video just to clear up the assumptions about this. If you're not sure if you are dating an avoidant or not, I have a quiz. Are you dating an avoidant quiz? It's linked in the description. So feel free to check that out. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.